Hello and welcome to our video. We are Terrain Vehicles. We're an independent Land Rover specialist based in Hastings, East Sussex, England. Today we're going to show you a video of how to change the gearbox oil on a Discovery 3 diesel automatic using our Mega Flush machine. The standard procedure for changing gearbox oil is to literally drain it out of the sump, refill the oil, run the car up, check the level, and that's it really. The problem with that is that the gearbox, oil cooler and torque converter hold a total of about 9 to 9.5 litres of oil. When you drain the gearbox in the conventional manner, you only actually get out between 4 and 4.5 litres, so you're only draining out half of the total oil that's in the system. Now, the Discovery 3 and the Range Rover Sport TDV6 have had problems with shuddering at 2000 RPM, which is due to the gearbox oil breaking down. Land Rover recognised the problem and they are recommending a double flush, which involves changing the gearbox oil, refilling it, running the car up for a short period of time, getting the gearbox oil up to temperature, and then draining it again and refilling it. That's fine, but it still doesn't get all the oil out of the system because the new oil mixes with the dirty oil. So the second time you drain it, all you're draining out is diluted dirty oil in effect, so you're still not getting all the oil out of the system. Our machine works like a blood transfusion machine. Goes into the oil cooler line, dirty oil is taken out and clean oil is put back in. Now, as I've said, the gearbox holds 9.5 litres of oil roughly in the system. And you can see from that picture back there, we actually add more to the system. We flush the system through, taking out the complete 9.5 litres of oil, and then put some more clean oil through it, which we then take back out. So it removes all the debris, and you just further on in the video you'll see that we actually have clean oil coming back out of the dirty oil outlet. It just means that we get reassurance that all the oil is removed from the system. The machine was imported, not by us I have to say, but by the supplier. I understand from the States, where gearbox oil is changed on a regular basis. Land Rover here say that the oil isn't due for change until 150,000 miles, effectively sealed for life. Now, if you go back a few years, automatic gearbox oil was changed every 2 years or 24,000 miles. I know the oil has improved, but I do question whether it's improved that much. Now, the machine is being connected here. As I say, you can see the one pipe being connected already into the oil cooler, and the other one is being connected now. So the dirty oil come from the gearbox through the oil cooler pipe, down through the machine, and then the clean oil will go back in when we turn the machine on to do that. The car's been started. It's being allowed to warm up now. You can see the dirty oil circulating. You can see that we've got pressure through the machine, so we know the system's working. We let the oil run through the machine to expel any air, and then after about 10 minutes we check the gearbox oil temperature, because the actual oil needs to be changed at a certain temperature. It's over 35 degrees C basically, so it's not excessively hot, but it is warm enough that the cooler is opening and the oil is circulating. The machine's then turned on, and here you can see the dirty oil coming out into the container. You can see it looks like it's done some hard work there, really. This particular vehicle has actually only done, I think it was about 80,000 miles. So you can see in theory it's only just over the halfway life of what Land Rover says that oil will do. If you look at the container there, you can see the oil going down. That was a little bit erratic, but the oil being sucked back into the car. This is sight glass, as I say, where the oil that's going through the machine can be seen, and there is actually a rotor inside there, which at the moment you can't see. That is simply because that is a dirty oil. But as the clean oil goes through, like now, you can start to see the rotor, and when the machine's finished and the rotor actually stops, then you can see just how clean the oil is. So you can see there's a big difference in what we take out and what we put back in. Here, as I say, you can now see the clean oil is starting to come back out the system. So we know that all the dirty oil's out. We can see the level of the oil that's come out, and if we look at the sight glass, there's nice clean oil circulating now. So we'll turn the machine off. Just see the quantity that's gone in there. So there's a couple of litres probably left in the bottom of that container, which had about 14 in it originally. So we put 12 litres of oil through that car. So there's nice clean oil in there, and we know how much we've got out. The machine is disconnected, the car is restarted, and we manually check the oil level. So basically you see Rob here removing the gearbox level bung. No fluids come out. He's just confirming that the temperature is correct. Then he will add some fluid to it just to bring it up to the correct level. We always find the level is slightly lower than it should be, so we like to check it. Obviously there's air in the machine when we connect it, so the pipes aren't full of oil, and also we don't know that the level was correct before we started. So once that's done, the under tray goes back on and the vehicle is effectively ready for a road test. At present, we can only offer this service to change the gearbox oil in this manner on the Discovery TDV6 and the Range Rover Sport TDV6, simply because the pipework is readily accessible for us to disconnect and connect the machine in line. We are looking at making adapters so the machine can be used on other Land Rover models. At this time we haven't got round to actually doing that. The problem being steel pipes which are threaded into the cooler, as opposed to on the Discovery and Sport where they are rubber hoses that push in. I'd like to say thank you for watching our video. It is the first one we've done, so we're not sure how good it is. We will look at putting some other videos together in the future, and in the meantime, if we can be of any assistance to you, feel free to contact us. We're on Facebook, or our website is terrainvehicles.co.uk. Thank you again.